Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where we're going to be checking out a little bit of something that only just came out recently, which is a new song from, let me get her name right, AYAMI MUTO, who is one of the previous co-workers, colleagues of the Baby Metal group. She was in, now again, let me get this right, she was in both Sakura Gakuin and Karen Girls, I believe, which were groups that also included, well, Karen Girls included Sue from Baby Metal, and Sakura Gakuin included all of them because that's where Baby Metal came from. Wow, this is like an idol history lesson. Who would have ever thought when this channel started that I would be giving you one of those? Anyway, you guys know a lot more about this than I do most of the time. I am just here to give my experience on music. Now, AYAMI MUTO, I've heard a couple of songs by her so far. They tend to have quite a upbeat, poppy feel. I like the fact that although it's not the most musically technical stuff, it does seem that most of her music has kind of an interesting concept to it. There always seems to be something interesting going on, and the videos tend to be, the two videos I've seen so far tended to be quite well executed, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this came out. This is a newest one, I believe, and I believe it's called Aitai ga Ienai. Aitai ga Ienai. Enough waffle, let's listen to it and talk more afterwards. So this is the new, I believe, AYAMI MUTO song. That was a great intro. Oh my god, that's kind of creepy. Imagery is quite cool, colourful but faded, very pop. The funk's great, but I like the little electric piano sound behind it as well. Sounds of the brass, the little ride cymbal. There's a lot of interesting sounds in this already. Oh, and listen to that bass. A weird compliment. This is really sonically, there's a lot going on. I know it just comes across like a simple fluffy pop song though. Listen. Well, not this bit. I'm about that good at dance as well. Her boyfriend is truly terrifying. We've only got about 25 seconds left. Is this a short version? Don't short version me. Oh no, we get a proper ending. We get a proper ending. That's good. You see, this reminds me a lot of the music, the very first music I really heard and got into from Japan, the first Japanese music, because, I first got into Japan through, mainly those sort of solo female singers, not really the idol stuff, but a lot of the solo female singers who I'd heard from various other things. It was kind of strange how I got into it. It was partly from working with music and just hearing little things and just, one thing led to another. But a lot of the first songs I heard were, like I say, these sort of solo female singers. And this was around the sort of early 2000s. where there was this kind of, there was this phase in particular. I know it's always been popular in J-pop, but there was this phase in particular where it was all about having these kind of slightly funky, almost jazzy pop songs, which were, they had a sort of a sugary feel, but they had a lot of musicianship going into them. And it does remind me again, as I've said before, about the sort of like the earlier Oatskarai stuff. There was a lot of her music, and still has like some really complicated musicianship in there that's just kind of hidden under the fact that it's kind of twee and cute and sugary for the best part. And this really took me back to that. I wouldn't say that this necessarily has like a wow chorus that gets stuck in your head or anything like that. It's not going to sack around boil your brains, but it's just got such a really good flow, and there's so many sounds in there. I mean, the bass alone is doing amazing things. You hear some of the bass runs on this song are really great. I love the way that that's moving along. The beat was quite simple, but it had that little bit where it added like the little ride cymbals, really delicately done, had a nice little hop to it. You had the little synth brass trumpet thing coming in from the side. All these little things. The guitar was running a little bit of a funky line. It was really quite a full sound, and yet incredibly delicate and light sounding. It sounded like, it was light, like not much is going on. To a casual listener, it probably sounds basic. But when you actually take it in, there's a lot to really get your ears into. This is one of those songs that I think on repeat listens will become more and more rewarding. And I don't think this is one of those songs that will become easily boring, just because it is quite sonically interesting. And it's well played. You can hear good musicianship in there as well. Even though, like I said, the brass trumpet thing is almost definitely a synthesizer doing that, it feels like it wasn't just programmed in, that someone actually hit the keyboard and played that along, because it's got a little bit of a hop to it as well. Everything feels very lively, and yet at the same time calm, if you know what I mean. It sounds like there's a lot of life, a lot of intricacy, a lot of musicianship there, but it's not in your face, it's not getting at you. There's a lot for your ears to enjoy, but no pressure to, not so much pressure, but no attempt to like force it in your face, like listen to how good this is. It's all just, it sounds like musicians and writers who enjoyed making this, who probably came up with a basic theory for a song and then built it up in the studio with the right session musicians who just knew how to get the most out of what they had on their plate. I really like that. Like I say, it's not catchy enough to write home about. It's not catchy enough to be one of those ones that you're going to keep on coming back to. But definitely, I can't see that becoming one that you get tired of. Definitely one of those ones that if you're in the mood for that kind of music and it comes round, you're going to be happy every time that comes on. It's just good, just nice. The video as well had a similar feeling. It's really it's not in your face, quite relaxed in the way that it works. Right down to the fact that although it's very colourful, it's like a low contrast palette they've used. So, the blacks are not too black and the whites are not too white. Everything's just kind of, quite soft looking. But there's a lot of details, lots of things in the video, a lot of colour. It feels, again, like something which is being lovingly created, not lazy. Yeah, okay, we've all seen these sort of music videos before where maybe the budget's a bit low, so they just get the singer and put them in the room with a bunch of interesting things. That's not unheard of. But it did look like a lot of effort had gone into like getting some nice camera shots, lining things up. Sort of the props were clearly sort of nicely chosen to create a nice sort of image, lots of different coloured things and all the clocks and stuff like that. It just, to me, this had the feeling of something that really does not in any way beg for your attention, really does not in any way get up in your face. And yet, if you give it the attention and you really sort of set your ears and eyes to it, it's got a lot on offer. I like this. And considering the poppy direction that she seems to be aimed in, I think that this, it's not going to get her a number one or anything, but I think this is the sort of thing that people who do appreciate her and her music, I don't know much about her, but I mean, from what I've gathered, she's certainly put a lot of effort into, staying in music despite perhaps some hardships or troubles or things that have set her back. I think this sort of thing where this just kind of shows to me someone who actually wants to make something good, and people who are setting their minds to it, like I say, who are giving it the attention that it deserves, are going to enjoy it. So it might not be a number one. I don't see this sort of like charting in the top 10 or a thing like that, but I think this is the sort of thing that sets you up with a solid career with fans who genuinely appreciate you. And, this sort of thing, it just sounds like it comes from a career with longevity which I know is perhaps not something that people would say about her past career, but I think there's a lot of room for this. Sounds like something that comes from a career that's going to have a lot of longevity. So yeah, anyway, I like that. I thought that was a real quality item in a very, very modest package. So yeah, tell me what you think. If you're a pop fan, if you're a rock fan, whatever you're into, if you know this song and this artist or not, let me know. I do also think it, like I say, it feels very old school for something that's just come out. So again, that gives me the feeling that there's a real sort of a sense that they knew what they wanted to make and knew what they were making with this, and very intentionally went for something that wasn't necessarily the coolest approach. It was the product that they wanted to produce. So like I say, tell me what you think. Get in the comments if you really want to get involved with more of our discussions. Remember, there are links to our Discord in the description below, which is where we do lots and lots of chatting with all of our closest followers. Link to the Reddit if you want to suggest songs to me, and link to the Patreon if you're really, really nice and you want to help keep this channel going, because we ain't monetized or anything like that. Try to avoid legal issues. We don't want to get shut down after like billions of views, loads of adverts, and then get shut down. You know, this is we're in this for a long run in the community and you guys. So for now, from Japan, thank you so much for tuning in. Until I see you soon, hopefully on the next video. For now, ciao ciao. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out more of our hundreds of videos we got online on this channel right now, or get involved in the discussion with us at the many social media links we've got in the description below, where you can suggest new videos and artists for us to check out on the channel. Or you can just do the usual YouTube stuff and comment, like, subscribe. You know how this works by now.